Captain Crewe told the carriage driver to let them off at the end of the long drive leading to the school. With the fog gathering around them and pulling at the hems of their clothes, they began to walk. It was an unsettling landscape to Sara. No sun, no colour, no birds or animals at play, not even the sound of children laughing at this so-called school. Somewhere, a church bell chimed the hour, and the deepening sound reminded Sara of the crashing of the tide in a gale. Thinking of the tides and sea storms crushed something in Sara's heart anew. What was a place without an ocean? What chance was there for happiness without the sea? The old grey estate that housed the seminary rose before them like the base of a great mountain. Lights blinked on and off behind tiny windows that looked down at them with a cold and assessing nature. It was a grand, judgmental building, a craggy old man sitting alone on his hill and looking with suspicious eyes upon the world as it rapidly changed about him.
"Time's glory is to calm contending kings," Captain Crewe said, staring up at the seminary, "to unmask falsehood and bring truth to light, to stamp the seal of time in aged things, to wake the morn and sentinel the night, to wrong the wronger till he render right."
"To ruinate proud buildings with thy hours," Sara interrupted, "and smear with dust their glittering golden towers."
"You've been studying,"
Captain Crewe said. Sara refused to accept the joy that her father's pride often gave her. "Well, I had to do something on the way here."
"Aye, by the time I return to fetch you, you'll know more Shakespeare than I."
"Who is to say I don't already?" Sara and her father traded glares until the corners of the captain's lips quivered. His sober countenance only held up for another moment before he threw back his head and laughed. It was a loud, prideful, and utterly joyous laugh, and above all else, it was the thing Sara loved most about her papa. Richard Crewe was the German-Irish son of servants, a war veteran who made his fortune in the Far East, and a person who chose independence over food, education over shelter. He was a man who had no right to laugh after all he'd endured. And yet, he laughed like a man born with all of the eases of the world at his disposal. Quite forgetting the decorum her Filipino-Spanish mother had drilled into Sara to ensure she could never be denied due to bad manners, Sara hurled herself against her father and wrapped her arms securely around his chest. Sara pressed her temple against the beat of her father's heart until she felt his hand grasp the back of her neck.
"Come now, little Sara. Truly, you must be the most solemn child. Please, my love, if you keep this up, I'll be forced to take you directly back to Manila, and your mother will have both our heads."
Captain Crewe attempted a laugh, but it was hollow. It made Sara cling to her father all the tighter.
"Sara, that's enough of that, you hear?"
With a gentle yet jarring force, Captain Crewe grasped Sara's shoulders and pulled her back to where she could stare directly up into his face.
"What has happened to my brave little girl, he asked. "The one who chased a hawk from the baby goats at the age of 3, who scolded her cousins for sitting idle at 6. Why, when you were no taller than my kneecap, you crossed through the jungle with no more than your wits. The one thing Sara Marie Crewe has never been afraid of is an adventure, and I won't have her starting now. Straighten your back, dry your eyes, show them where you come from. Who are you?"
Sara did as she was told, straightened her back and dabbed her eyes, and said, "I am Sara Crewe, daughter of Richard Crewe of Munster, Ireland, and Munich, Bavaria, and Matea Reyes of Manila and Pampanga, the Philippines." Captain Crewe smiled, and Sara thought there might have been tears in his eyes.
"Yes, you are,"
he said. The sound of quick steps on the gravel turned both their heads. Materializing out of the sickly yellow fog was a black pillar of a woman. The minimal light was caught by and reflected off the heavy set of keys that hung at her hip. She was dressed all in black, as if in mourning, and her dark hair was pulled back in the monarch's tight bun. She began to speak immediately, even before she was fully upon them.